At 52, the story surrounding Rebecca Lobo has become deeply emotional for longtime basketball fans who remember her as one of the pioneers who helped transform women's sports forever. During the 1990s, Lobo was more than just a star athlete. She became a symbol of excellence, determination, and hope for women's basketball at a time when the sport was still fighting for widespread respect and recognition. Her incredible success with the Yukon Huskies women's basketball, and later in the Women's National Basketball Association, made her one of the most recognizable female athletes in America. Fans admired her intelligence, leadership, and calm confidence both on and off the court. Yet behind the inspiring image was a difficult personal journey filled with pain, injuries, and emotional struggles that many people never fully understood until years later. One of the most heartbreaking chapters of Lobo's life involved the devastating knee injuries that dramatically altered her basketball career just as professional women's basketball was beginning to explode in popularity. After becoming one of the original stars of the WNBA, Lobo suffered multiple serious knee injuries that forced her through painful surgeries, endless rehabilitation, and crushing uncertainty about her future. For an athlete whose entire identity had been built around basketball excellence, the physical decline became emotionally devastating. Fans who watched her dominate the court could hardly believe how quickly injuries transformed her career from one of limitless potential into a painful fight simply to stay healthy. Lobo later admitted that the emotional toll of repeated setbacks was far greater than most people realized. Behind the smiles during interviews and television appearances, she was privately struggling with frustration, fear, and the heartbreaking realization that her body could no longer perform the way it once had. Many athletes speak about injuries ending careers, but for Lobo the pain went beyond sports because basketball had shaped nearly every part of her life since childhood. Watching those dreams slowly slip away became one of the darkest periods she ever faced. Another emotional aspect of her story involved the enormous pressure placed on her during the early years of women's basketball growth in America. As one of the sport's first mainstream stars, Lobo carried expectations that extended far beyond winning games. She was expected to represent women's sports perfectly at all times while helping prove that female basketball players deserve the same respect as male athletes. That constant responsibility created emotional stress few fans recognized at the time. Every interview, endorsement, and public appearance carried the weight of an entire movement, forcing Lobo to mature quickly under intense scrutiny. While she handled those pressures with remarkable grace publicly, later reflections revealed how exhausting and overwhelming the responsibility sometimes felt behind the scenes. Fans also became emotional hearing Lobo speak honestly about the loneliness athletes experience after injuries removed them from spotlight. During rehabilitation periods, she reportedly struggled with isolation and uncertainty while watching teammates continue competing without her. The transition from superstar athlete to someone battling physical limitations became mentally exhausting, especially because sports careers move so quickly that injured players can suddenly feel forgotten. Despite these hardships, Lobo fought relentlessly to rebuild her life and identity beyond basketball, eventually becoming one of the most respected broadcasters in sports television. Yet even with professional success after retirement, the emotional scars from her injuries and career struggles never completely disappeared. Many supporters were especially moved by her openness about chronic pain and the lasting physical consequences elite athletes often carry long after fans stop paying attention. Years of punishment on the court continued affecting her body. Even decades later, serving as a painful reminder of everything she sacrificed to help grow the game she loved. For many people, the tragedy surrounding Rebecca Lobo is not about scandal or controversy, but about witnessing how even the strongest and most successful athletes can silently endure heartbreak, disappointment, and physical suffering while continuing to inspire others. At 52, her journey stands as both a celebration of resilience and a heartbreaking reminder of the enormous personal cost that often comes with greatness.